Okay. Um, Welcome to the first video. I'm Zeke. This is a pretty much just a project to have some fun with and put my challenge myself to put some work out there. Um, Learning how to do some other stuff as well is a great opportunity. So just trying to take everything I can from this and build up on it. So yeah, thank you. Welcome. It's going to be very rough, very sketchy, but that's part of the fun. No pun intended. Um, yeah. So this is just a well, firstly, I'm obviously Zeke. I'm just a dude who figured out I like doing a lot of creative things. Recently, I've been going through a lot of stuff for a long time, and only feeling like I just kind of came out of it. So very empowered, very keen, ready to sort of do something. Essentially, that isn't what I was doing before, which wasn't exactly healthy. So this channel, this video or idea, kind of two projects mixed in, is to sort of give me an outlet to talk because I thought I was a very quiet person for a very long time, um, but turns out I'm not. I like to talk. I've got a lot of great ideas, and yeah, just need an outlet for that, while also something to track my progress with drawing. I just want to create a channel. If anyone jumps in and tags along, then I'd like you to, you know, join in. It doesn't have to be drawing; it can be anything. But yeah, get connected, and we could talk about all sorts of stuff. I'm never not thinking, so I've always got some pretty crazy ideas, and I'll probably start talking about those while we're drawing. Um, and just tell you about myself as well as it goes on. What do I have? So the projects. So project one is the book. So I've just kind of got all these things I want to do now. One of them's a actual book writing, which I've been enjoying. I might get to share a bit of that later on. It's raining now. I don't know if you can hear that when I talk, but it's really nice for drawing. Um, so yeah, one of them's writing. More so for me, get my memory sort of back together. Um, Another one related to this is obviously drawing, painting, um, colors. I'll get there eventually. I dabbled a little bit over New Year's, but I'm sticking to the grey. Um, I like the challenge of trying to make as much shading and light out of even one grey lead. Not changing the grey lead, just using that one piece, one tool. Um, that's where I have the most fun. It is limiting, definitely, but it's so much fun. Um, so where was I? Yeah, project one, writing. Project two, drawing. Project three, getting myself out there, confidence. Um, building on building on that, getting my work out there, engaging with people. Um, yeah, that sort of stuff. So you obviously notice the gloves. The gloves are purely because I keep smudging the shit out of this thing. Um, yeah. So we'll get into it. I'll give you a quick tour about Just make sure I don't accidentally stop recording again. Give you a quick tour of the first. Oh, sorry, I'll tell you about the drawing project. The drawing project, it's about all the sort of helping me with my memory. Starting from my current home bedroom, drawing all my bedrooms. Bit of a dysfunctional family growing up, so there was a lot of bedrooms. I probably won't remember them all. But it's still a fun sort of exercise to just jump back into some memories and thinking about things that I haven't had to think about before, like perspective of a room that I haven't fucking thought of ever in my life. So, but yeah, I also want to engage with people a lot. Talk about my style or attack, I guess, strategy. So yeah, we'll get into this one. So I've been sort of playing around, sketching for the last year, and then only just really figured out that I can actually do what I want to do when I'm sort of in the right state. So it's been a lot of fun, and by do what I want to do, I mean have fun. Really, just kind of letting go of everything and having fun. So we'll start with the door. So like I said, it's a project about each room. There'll be a bit on here, and then there'll be a bit of writing on this page. And I'd like to make it a book, even if it's just a book for me. I'd like to make it a proper book eventually. So there'll probably be a few different versions of different rooms, but this is just like get it down, get the framing, and go. So I'll give you a proper tour. This is where I am right now as we speak. You can see the mouse. It's an inverted image, so you might not. I might say something weird, or I might point somewhere, and then it's like the complete opposite way of whatever. So that's okay. Got my monitors here, which I'm looking at right now. Got my bathroom directly behind me. Walk in, TV unit, TV, a shelf with some speakers and a turntable. Got a bass guitar on a stand and a amp. Got my bed, obviously desk. There's a little computer sticking out here. I might play around with that a bit today, later today. Yeah, like a little table that I hate. Just thought I'd throw that in there that I hate it. So, obviously the landscapes in the background, just a bit of fun as I was going along. Don't know if every room is going to be like this, but we'll just play around with it. So it was kind of like a waterway with those tall, long things, plants, wildlife, vegetation. I was getting there eventually. And water. And then this is kind of separate to what this was. This was like an Italian coast. If you look at it from this perspective, it looks a bit more like an actual coast. I'll see if I can do that. Where are we? Oh. No, I've got it wrong. I want to be... Oh. I've just fucking broken my I don't know what I've done, but I've done something. So whatever. We'll just keep going with it. Hopefully everything fixes itself. As far as lighting. Anyway, if you look a certain way, it's like the horizon sits there, and then there's a sunset here, but it's all it's all been blurred and smudged. And now this lighting is pissing me off. Let's just take you out for a second. I think this dude needs to focus. And then the light also needs to be not garbage. It's just too bright. Why is this bright now? What the fuck happened? I spent a lot of time trying to get this right, and pretty devastated, to be honest. Let's just go no light there for now. Okay. I also don't have the best quality camera, so it's going to be a bit sketchy while it all gets put together, but I think that natural light also just disappeared, which just kind of screwed it. Anyway, I might. That'll do for now. So yeah, door, wall, walk-in, toilet, or bathroom. There's a little mirror in there. I like drawing mirrors in bathrooms. There's another one that I have that I've done that's actually a lot of fun. This is like a tree or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's just fun. So that's the coast. I think I talked about this. I can't remember now. I'm too sidetracked by the lighting, but we're just gonna keep moving. I can always record it again or something. So my amp and my bass guitar, this is set up as the amp being a stage for a festival or something, and then a landscape of a mountain range with some stuff on it. Yeah, pretty much the general gist of it. So where I wanted to sort of focus on today was here, and we'll just kind of get into it. So what I like to do is try really hard to like fuck things up almost, in not an intentional sabotaging way, in a challenging way to sort of be able to pull it back together. You know what I think? Just ruined it. I think I figured it in a challenging way, so I can I reckon we just full blast everything. Just fucking send all the light, everything, make it as bright as possible. All different kinds of light, and we'll figure it out as we go. So just makes it easier for me to draw, and then it might look awful for you. Let's see if I can bring that in. There we go. That looks a bit better now. A bit closer. So you might get a bit more detail there. I am highly disorganized, so this these videos will be a bit of a mess, but I encourage you to tag along. I want to get people doing their thing as well. If I can encourage you to draw or paint or do whatever it is you want to do, it'll be a lot of fun being able to share that with you, be a part of that, and share all kinds of different experiences, techniques, and stuff. So back to what I was saying, these challenges. Now, the way I like to approach specifically rooms is I like an odd perspective. I haven't really worked out what it is exactly, but it's almost fish-eyed in some areas, and landscaped. Like the actual room itself doesn't look like this in real life. The gap, the distance between there to there, like just the proportions of things, very naturally sort of comes about. So it's really bad advice, but thinking less about how things should be and more so drawing and then going back. And I'll kind of clarify that more as I do it. But that's what I do. And everything that works for me might not work for you. But the point of it is to disconnect from this should be that and that doesn't look right. Like nothing is ever gonna look the way you want it to if you think like that. So just have fun with it. I just use the excuse of trial and error to sort of get away with that. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets to be less hard on yourself for ruining your favorite work or whatever it might be. But yeah, so these shelves, I'll tell you a bit about the shelves. These are actually like sort of industrial tiered shelves with the little circular lock system all the way down. I don't want to draw that. I don't think that's a necessary detail that I really want to draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around with the things on the shelf itself. Shelf itself. So we got a turntable. If I actually look at the room, this lines up perfectly with the shelf here. So might use that opportunity to make something cool in here. Immediately the first thing that came to my brain was a building. So I do like buildings, but I want to change it up and sort of experiment here so you can see what I mean when I try to fuck things up. It's like the more you practice it, the more you start to see that it's actually impossible. Because things don't have to be anything. You're the creator, you can make it whatever you want. And it's easy to forget that. It's easy to forget a lot of things. I think if there was one superpower I could have, it would be to retain and remember everything in my in like the local files, you know, the quick action files, so I can recall on them when I need. Now I'll talk about detail very quickly. So something I've been experimenting with a lot on this one, and I'll show you where it started. So more landscapes, just having fun with that. It's got some very abstract stuff going. That was fun. You can't really see that at the moment, but this is where I started to sort of practice something. What's the best light for you to see this? Probably like this. Okay. So, practicing the I'll have to do it say it as I do it, because I can't sort of pull back from the specific details. But the detail you get in this is from the essentially filling the gaps in between. Now I don't know how to do large pieces. This is my first proper full large piece, so that's part of the fun. Learning how to do all this stuff. New ways of doing this stuff as well. That's why I'm doing it, because it's a lot of fun. You can take skills from even bike riding, the things you learn from bike riding, pace, or you know, anticipating. I don't know. It's a lot of things essentially. Anyway, I've been talking a lot about random stuff. I just want to kind of get into some drawing, and we'll pick it up. So the shelf turned into something. I don't like how smudged everything is now, but there's a secret trick that I've been doing to combat that, which seems counterintuitive, because it is. It's just smudging more. But what's really fun is when you get into the details, and I don't know how far I can lean in. There we go. Right. So what I like to do is I like to find things in things, and it's like, if you can imagine a numbered coloring book, right? You just want to do number 1 through here, for example. Then number 2 might be a different direction, or a different technique, or even a different shade or color, I don't use color, but I imagine it's the same concept. So you go through and you kind of accent everything in these micro levels, and then you can't see the bigger picture for a long time. So being patient and just trusting the process can be very hard. And I find multitasking works for me. So practicing patience and multitasking, and trusting the process for me looks like sort of a guided meditation. So if I was to become distracted or disinterested in this, I'd think, okay, I can't see the final project, can't see the result, but I can see that it's not done. And unless there's more urgent matters, I'm going to try my best to have fun. And sometimes that's breathing slowly. Sometimes it's getting to the microscopic level, filling in some crazy things. And sometimes you start to see things and you're like, oh, I wanna keep leaning towards that. Like here, for example, there's like a little face, you know. It's like stupid sort of comical face, you know. There's nothing really attached to it. It's just there, just little things, just tiny. The deeper you look, the more you see. Um, and then you just scribble, and then you just scribble, 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 fill in, scribble, scribble, scribble. You know, that might not be a face in 5 minutes, might not be a face in 20 years, who knows? That's just how it works. So, um, that's the detail. What I'd like to do actually is I'm trying really hard to finish projects and not move on to the next one. But for today, I think it'll be really good, even if I just finish a video on the idea of sort of starting. A funny way of putting it, but finishing a video on the idea of starting. So, um, let's say we've done room 1, which is my current room. We want to go back to a place I used to live by myself initially, when I sort of gone through a big change in my life. Yeah, it was first time in a long time I was on my own, which was a good thing, which is what I needed. I knew I needed it. I just didn't really know a lot else at the time. So, um, thank you, old Zeke, for getting me there. It was hard, but anyway, this room was an interesting room. It was a 2 bedroom unit. Um, and I kind of hated the bedroom because the bedroom was like a cheaply built. Um, the whole place was a cheaply built mess. Um, you know, cutting costs anywhere they could. It was still a house. It was still my home. Um, and it was still a lot of fun. Um, but it was an awful room, man. It was disgusting. I don't know who designed it. It was absolutely disgusting. Um, so that being said, I have drawn it once before, from the perspective of my bed, and I wouldn't mind doing that again. I'm just trying to think on what I'd miss out if I was to do that way. So let's say it's from the perspective of the bed. We'll give it a go and we'll see how we go. So I don't care too much for the roof anymore, so I'm gonna chop it all up, and then so I think I can't explain some of these things still, but that's the whole point of this, so I can better articulate myself. So um we've got one cupboard here which led down a hole, a mini hole. It was like half a meter, and then that door led to the bathroom, and then we had um we had 2 cupboards on either side of the door, which was fucking awful because then you had the entry door. Might go down here so I get a bit more to play with. the entry door here, which led to the kitchen. Right. So you'd walk in. If this door was open, you couldn't access that because the hinges were on this side. You couldn't access that fucking wardrobe, and that made me strategically repack wardrobes. So I'll just get some basic detail. We're just trying to get the frame down still, or the seam. I don't know what the wording is. I just make it up as I go. But if you have a very different strategy or a similar strategy to how you start your own drawings, if you use reference photos, I want to hear about it. I actually do want to know what you do, what you don't do, what you can take, what you can give, any suggestions, any advice. That's all it is. That's all this is about anyway. So now we're starting to get a bit of a layout. We're gonna go with a desk. The desk's gonna be sitting up here. So I'm just purely getting things down. It's the desk we're currently working on. I'd like a little gap in this desk. It's a very nice one. I think it's 3. It is 3. There's 3 bridges. Probably a bit fatter than that. So something I always stressed about was having everything perfect when I first did it, like not perfect, but like, okay, I can go fix that up. The shape's alright. No. Do not get conned into that. No. Shape can change. Shape always changes as you go. Shading, everything changes. So the level of detail dictates how much it can change, I think, is a good way to put it. So just keep minimum detail. Minimum. You don't want to overdo it in any way, so you have that room to change the shape, change the room, change the scene any way you can. There's something here that just popped into my brain is to counter for the thickness on this end over here. So there needs to be a bottom on these. That's the top bench, which would run across. You wouldn't see it in the actual thing, but just for the detail. The details, you want to get everything as close as you can. Alright, I'm getting too caught up on the details now, Put a monitor in there, put another monitor in there. Do like a keyboard, do a mouse, then you got a computer. I think the computer sat on the desk, but we'll put it down here for now. Come back to that. See, easy to fix that later. But, sorry, I keep forgetting what's actually in frame, but easy to fix that later because it's already in the rough shape of the leg of the desk, right? So now we want to just a side note as well, quickly. It's a lot of you gain a lot of skill from learning how to teach. So if you don't know how to do something, teach it. Pick your least favorite friend and teach them, or get on YouTube. You're gonna sound like an idiot. You're gonna not know what you're talking about. But that's the whole point, to learn. And that's what a bit of this is as well. So I'm always open to hearing what's good, what's not, what I did, what I said wrong, what I did wrong. Be kind with yourself, Jesus. But yeah, just yeah, little side note there. So I'm doing the trim now, very quickly. I like trim. Trim's a nice detail to focus on. There's too much detail in here, so I need to like loosen my grip, I think. I know when I get how I know when I'm stuck on details is when I'm like this. I'm like fingers to the edge of the pencil. I'm leaned in and I'm doing like the tiniest hard dark strokes. And I don't even know what I'm doing, but when I catch myself like that, I'm like, okay, we have to come back anyway. It doesn't matter if we're enjoying it or not. We normally aren't enjoying it, but we just have to come back. We have to get the scene, even if the details are done. Um, you don't want to get stuck in that zone too long. It needs to be intentional when you're in that zone. You know, you don't want to be you. You can if you like, but it's exhausting when you overdo it, and certain people will fall into that a lot easier than others. Anyway, so we got trim. I'll just lightly shade it so there's consistency, and I know what I'm doing when I come back to this. That helps me. No, you want to play with the shading like a tiny bit. Just give yourself little notes for when you come back. You know. So like this is one shade, that's another shade. This is one shade, that's another shade. And then you want some depth on this wall because of the perspective. You don't care about that at all over there. You can't even see where I'm drawing, can you? Yeah. You want some depth on this trim because of the perspective. You want it to sort of come, let's go this way or this way. What looks better? I think that way looks better. So you want to come down like that for now. You know, even through the desk. Who cares? And then you cut it, and then you've got the two sides ready to go. You've got your inside coloring, and then your outside frame. So little things like that help you later on. Now this room was very small. Well, proportionately small. Just gonna have a drink. I just want to also make it clear I'm not an expert in any way. I just talking through my process as I go. If it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, good luck. So just trying to think. There was a shelf here that I don't really care about, but I do want everything in the room. So let's just keep going. Let's see if we can actually enclose the room like I did with the previous room. It's fun. Excuse me. So where the wall, again, like the perspective, like the camera, the monitor for this room looking out. Wants I don't like how small that bird is. That gives me a bit more room for see here, this is where I fucked up. I should really just keep it as boxes. I shouldn't feel anything here because it gets too messy, too confusing. I don't normally like to erase things. I like to sort of work through it, but for this purpose, for the purposes of this video, I think it's important that I keep it as a frame. Consistently, like the edges and the shapes. It doesn't have to be perfect. But like that's a bar that runs up and then down the front. Exact same over here. And then there's one through the top. Okay. There was actually a little metal rod that ran between the two at the back to help things stay in place. And I can't remember what sat on it now. I think there was a diffuser here. There's a little power cable running down. A keyboard, got a mouse, got a mouse pad. The door design was a very interesting one. The handles were actually gnarly. I hated the handles because they were squared. And then they were fucking sharp. And if you grabbed it the wrong way, holy moly, did it fucking hurt. Excuse my language. I should probably not swear. Holy moly, did it flipping hurt. So there we go. There's the frame. I'll give you a proper look now. Lighting's okay. If I just take all the lighting away. No lighting for you. All the lighting. So, that, what are we, 40 minutes in? I might just raw upload this, dude. I'm not gonna edit this stuff yet. Quality obviously does matter, but I think for now I just need to get consistent. Once the consistency's there, I can start finding time to better the quality. But I do want to thank you for watching. If you watch this far through, there's a lot that I can talk about. If there's stuff you want to talk about in the next video, if anyone watches this by then, let me know. Yeah, thank you for watching. I've tried to set some stuff up. I think I set it up. Sorry, we shouldn't do this while I'm talking because it's probably loud as flip. Forgot what I was saying, but yeah, thanks for watching. I was just gonna start drawing and not even finish the video, and honestly, probably could. May as well. Fuck it. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the little details, right? It's like, I'm gonna change it up with some circles here. Just tiny circles. And then, when you really get good at doing this, you get to notice that you can either okay, so there's two ways of doing this. I don't know which way is better or worse, but finding patterns is a way of doing it. So like circles, irregular patterns. It's not a pattern you'll notice, right? It's not a pattern you'll even pick up on if you stared at it for hours. It's patterns that like you feel when you draw it. So like, imagine shading. it's kind of like shading with circles. So you circle a specific side of this. For example, if this was a mountain, right? You'd like circle here, and then you'd circle here, and then you'd circle here, here, and that looks like something now. But while you're doing this, there's no pattern. There's nothing. There's nothing that it looks like or that it's sort of attaching itself to. So you have complete freedom to let it do it itself. You don't have to think about that. You just get to do that. But then if you want to be, intentional, which this was very intentional, this was a lot of work, and it's like almost got me to a point of like, okay, I'm impatient. And I got it across. I did what I wanted to do, but I don't love this tiling. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. I don't love it though. I don't even know what this is. I just got too sick of tiling that the floor runs out here and that becomes a basket. A dirty washing basket next to the shower in between the sink. I was just having fun with reflections. You know what? I just decided I just want to do a reflection. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to make some we're going to put the big book away for now. I can actually show you some other stuff real quickly. We'll just sort of browse through it. This was, you know what? Well, actually, no, we won't. I'll make that another video. We'll come back to that another. I like this one. This was just like a random, if it's gonna work, just a random thing that I drew. Really cool. I like drawing clouds. Something I wish I could draw was clouds like really well. My partner, she's really good at drawing. This was sort of my attempt to do her style. She's got like little bits and pieces that she puts together. It's really nice. I can't do it though. It's too hard for me to like I put a claw in there, I don't know what that is. That's a soccer ball and a goal. That's possibly a chess piece. I don't know. Or it's a strong man. Or it's a robot wearing a dress flexing. I don't know. That's meant to be music or something. No idea. A whale trapped in a cage. Dots, lines. It's like a mystery heart, the brand Mystery. It's kind of like that. A cat and a dog, or a dog and a dog, or an alien dog. I don't know. Anyway, it's fun. This I drew when I went for a picnic by myself. I'd never looked at it like ever again. And I was like, whoa. Recently, I was like, whoa, this is actually not freaking bad. It's not focusing very well. I'm very proud of this one now. Let's see if the focus will work. It's a really shocking light. I do apologize. Let's see. Alright, that's a bit better. So maybe I'll go here. Anyway, I was like, whoa, that's cool. And I tried to do a city. A similar style, but as like a city. I gotta come back. Lots of unfinished work in here. It's a lot of fun. This is my sort of second book. So exploration in the first one was a lot of trees and stuff, but just a park with some trees and some stuff, just playing around, just having fun, playing. This one's not really much. I'm gonna literally just do a shot. So, let's see. see here. I went back on this one and tried to fix it up. I'm kind of happy with how it came out. Lots of abstract stuff that I randomly get into. This one was cool. I really liked this one. This one was the first one that I sort of felt like I'd completed. Literally just never thought about this ever again. But it was fun. I liked the idea of this being like, I don't know, like a Japanese or like Southeast Asian town that had like a waterway and a bridge and just a few houses and some farmland and stuff, and then really nice view of the ocean. This was a library. I wanted to experiment with grids, and yeah, I wanted to just play around with it. I think I worked out some cool stuff from it. It's still fun. I might come back to this style and do some more stuff like that. Initially grid based, and then which is the right way to look at it. This. And then I realized that it's actually pretty cool if you think about the tree's shadow being that. And that's why that's sort of illuminated the way it is, and the sun just kind of blinds everything in. I don't know. It's like a glass wall. It's like the middle of my dream house, essentially. This was the first sort of thing that I did. Then I was like, ah, shit, this can actually be a useful tool. So that's me in my, I want to say like third house, maybe second house. Beautiful house. But yeah, dysfunctional family, I think is the best way to put it. Anyway, I wanted to do mirrors. Mirrors. I know there's like random free pages and stuff somewhere. You know what? I'm just gonna go to the back. Alright. So I'll set myself a bit of a challenge for this now. It's currently 4:04. I'm gonna set a timer. For 5 minutes, and then at the end of the 5 minutes, I'll stop drawing. I'll maybe do a little recap, and then I gotta end the video, and I gotta, I don't know, do something else, because otherwise I'll just be here talking the whole time, which is a good thing. Anyway, let's get into it. So, I'm not gonna think, I'm just gonna get into something. And then we want a mirror, right? So we want, might use that. Might use that as the mirror. And I like hard. I don't know what you can see and what you can't see while I'm drawing, because I probably cover some of the light, but I like lines, shapes, geometry, tricky things to draw. And then thinking about the details of those things. So this, I kind of messed up, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. That's going to be darker anyway, because it's like the underneath little ledge. And then I just want like a simple tile. Gonna make this. Actually, let's make it a little wonky. I don't normally think about this while I'm doing it, but now I am. So we're just gonna thread some tiles through just to get like a rough frame, right? It's all about a rough frame. Then you can do all the other stuff. So we want to top a basin, a countertop as well. We're gonna try to shade that something funny. Then just keep it interesting. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna. You see, I can kind of see a little basin here now. I don't know if you guys can see the lines and stuff in there, but that's what I see. So what I really like to do is play around with like the depth of a basin. Right, which is really hard. This is a weird basin because it's flat on the top. So what I might do is play around with that a little bit more, but it's like getting that curved bowl, right? How do you do that? I don't know. Let's figure it out. We also want the sink to maybe have a ledge. It's got a ledge for the taps. Yeah. Now we got the thing down. Doesn't look great. Too hard. I was pressing too hard, but whatever. I'm gonna copy mine, which is like a button handle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. Alright, cool. So now what's in the reflection? Let's think about what's the room? What's the shape of the room? We got something here. We got something here. And this kind of curves around, which is cool. Alright. So I'm imagining a bath. Actually, I'm imagining a large shower. A very large shower through here. So it's gonna be like that, and then like that, and then, oh gee, that scared the shit. Alright. Didn't even get to the reflection part, but let's just say this is the special tiles in here for the shower. It's the shower. And then we want some glass as a frame. I'm actually gonna have the shower head. There's 2. Pencil's gotten a little dull. Right, so now we go tiles on the wall. And we're gonna make them nice big tiles because this is a rich person's bathroom. They get those big tiles. and then we want the glass door kind of on like a rolly system. Anyway, so what I'd do is I'd probably do, just for the sake of the video and actually getting some drawing stuff in about reflections, I'll do a let's imagine it's over here. And this one's here. And we got then we've got some tiles. Tiles run around. One, two, three. So we're roughly looking at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the floor here. And then you want the tiles of the floor coming out this way. And then you want the glass. And that is a very quick example of perspective for the mirrors. I don't know. I might come back to this in the next video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please, you know, jump on Instagram, jump on whatever. Engage. I want to hear whatever was interesting, whatever was helpful, whatever you liked, whatever you didn't like. Let me know. And hopefully next time you can draw with me, and we can just sort of have some fun, and you get to, I don't know, listen to me ramble and then occasionally throw some stuff in. So yeah, thank you.